Hi guys, now I'm going to be showing you how to use the new Iqcent platform. I'm going to show you around the platform how to actually use every single feature and tool that have actually been added to the new platform. Okay, it's actually a very beautiful trading platform with a lot of additions to actually make trading very easy and seamless. Okay, I'm actually going to talk about every single thing on this session. But before I actually do that, let me actually quickly explain what HFX trading actually is for those who, actually just getting to hear about this. All right, HFX or high frequency forex is a way of trading the forex markets where you actually look to make profits within shorter time frame. Okay, so you're actually looking to actually make profits within minutes. All right, the trading platform is slightly different from forex platform, but then it's still currency pairs you're trading here. It's still currency pairs you're still buying and selling, but it's slightly different. Okay, slightly different, and I'm actually going to explain the difference right now. Okay, so now in HFX here, let's say for example we're taking EURUSD for an example. It's a currency pair. Okay, the euro versus the dollar. All right, so you actually have the value of the euro divided by the value of dollar. It gives you a particular ratio which is actually being shown here. So as the value of euro is going up or going down, this ratio is going to be going up or going down. Also, as the value of dollar is also going up or going down, this value is also going to be going down or going up too. You actually understand your fractions, proper and improper fraction, and all of that. Yeah, so that's actually how it actually. So when it actually comes to forex, you're either buying or selling. Buying which actually means you're predicting the market's actually going to go up, and selling basically means you're predicting the market actually going to be going down. So in HFX, right, you're also buying and selling, right? So there are three things you need to actually note, right? In HFX, the first thing you need to actually know is that there's actually what we call strike price. Okay, then you need to actually know what we call entry time. Okay, you need to actually know what's called expiration time. You need to also know what we call risk amount. You need to also know what we call percentage payout. Then you need to know what we call rollovers. And you also need to know what we call double ups. Okay, so I'm actually going to explain everything right now. So I'm actually going to start first with strike price. You can actually see the price here, the price of this currency pairs as they are going up and going down, all of that, yeah? So now, let's say, for example, we want to actually enter a trade. All right? Okay, it's either you're actually going to buy or sell. Now, in HFX, buying is called call, and selling is called puts. So it's either you're buying or selling. Okay, buying is you basically predicting that the market is actually going to go up, and selling is you predicting that the market is actually going to go down. Okay, so now let's say, for example, the price market is moving up and moving down, all of that. Yeah, the moment you actually click on a trade is either you're actually clicking on a call or a put. The moment you click on that particular trade, let's say this is the market going up, and let me make this color. Let me make it green. Let me make the line thicker. Okay, I can make it thicker now. Let's just leave it like this. All right. So let's say, for example, the market is going up and going down. All right. And then I go and click on buy. All right. The moment I click on buy, that particular price the market was when I clicked on that buy is called my strike price, which you can also call my entry price. Okay. If you look here like this, use your eyes trace from this black line here. Actually, going to see this price here that I'm showing here, 1.0916. This is called my strike price. Okay. Then also the time I clicked on this buy or this call is called my entry time. Okay. If you trace from here down, you're actually going to see that this is actually the time. Okay. That's actually called my entry time. All right. Now, when it comes to HFX, like I actually said, you're looking to actually make money in minutes. Do you understand? There's actually what we actually call an expiration time on your trade. So when you actually want to enter a trade, now you need to actually pick and select how long you want the trade to last for. That's actually called the expiration time. So if I actually want to enter a trade, I can decide to choose 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on my strategy. Okay. So let's say, for example, now I choose 5 minutes as my expiration time. What I'm basically saying now is that this trade is going to end after 5 minutes. Okay, what I'm actually saying is that this trade is going to end after 5 minutes. So let's say this is actually the 5 minutes, 5 minutes from my entry time. Okay, this is when trade is actually going to end. Let's say this is actually the 5 minutes. Okay, so if you look at the time here, this time is actually what? 10:35. So if I'm actually entering the trade right now, I'm actually predicting, I might actually want the trade to end by 10:40. Do you understand? And that is actually my expiration time. Okay, so the distance between, or the time between my entry time and my expiration time is actually going to be the 5 minutes I selected. All right, so now, since I actually clicked on buy or call, my prediction clicking on that call is that when this market gets to this end of this 5 minutes, this price is going to remain, it's going to be above this, my entry price. Do you understand? It's going to be above this, my entry price. So at the end of this 5 minutes, what I'm predicting is that this market is going to be above. If it's actually above at the end of the 5 minutes, when it touches this 5 minutes deadline, I'm actually going to win this trade. Because that's what I predicted when I clicked on the call. But if it is below, which is actually against what I predicted, I am going to lose the trade. Okay, let's take it again, but this time around, let's actually use a different one. Let's use puts now, which is called sell. All right. Now this video is actually recorded, so you can actually always take it back and rewatch what you didn't really understand, so you can get it very well. All right. So now, this time around, I clicked on a trade at this particular price again, but now I didn't click on call. I rather clicked on puts for 5 minutes. So this again is my 5 minutes expiration time. And because I clicked on puts, now I'm predicting that once this market gets to this line here, it's actually going to be below my entry price. So as long as when this thing gets to this deadline here, this 5 minutes deadline, it is below my entry price, I am also going to win this trade. Do you understand? But if it's now above when it gets to the deadline, I'm going to lose the trade. Why? Because it's actually against what I predicted. Do you understand? Good. That is actually that about that one. So now let's go into risk amounts. Now the risk amount is actually where your risk actually lies. It actually determines how much you're going to be putting in on the trade. The risk amount basically means the amount you're actually going to use to take the trade. So when I actually want to take a trade, I'm going to determine how much of my balance I want the broker to use on the trade for me. So if I actually want to use just $5 of my account, I'm going to select $5 as my risk amount. If I want to use $10 of my account, I'm going to select $10 as my risk amount. Okay. Now, if I win the trade, okay, at the end of the 5 minutes, I'm actually going to get my risk amount plus a percentage profit. And that percentage profit is going to be my gain if I win the trade. But if I lose the trade, I'm actually going to lose my risk amount. All right. Let me take that again. If I win the trade, I'm going to get my risk amount plus a percentage of my risk amount as my profit. Okay, but if I lose the trade, I'm actually going to lose my risk amount. So now, let's say, for example, I use $10 and I have $100 in my account. Once I take the trade, immediately I take the trade, the $10 is going to be immediately deducted from my account. At the end of the trade, if I win the trade, I'm going to get that $10 back plus a percentage of that $10, which is going to be my profit. But if I lose the trade, I'm not actually going to get $10 back. Now that percentage I'm actually going to get back if I win the trade as additional money is what we call our percentage payouts. Before you enter a trade in HFX, all the percentage payouts are actually beside the currency pair. So you actually know how much you're going to gain if you win or lose the trade. It's actually being displayed in percentage, percentage payouts. You can see 60%, you can see 70, you can see 80%. All right. So if I actually take a trade with $10 and the percentage payout on that pair is 80%, that basically means if I win the trade, I'm actually going to get my $10 plus additional 80%, which is going to be additional $8. So the moment I take the trade with $10, the $10 will get debited from my account, leaving me with $90. So if I win the trade, I'm going to get back that $10 plus 80% of that $10 as profit, which is actually $8. That basically means I'm actually going to get $18 back. You add $18 back to my $90, and I'm going to be having $108. If I take another trade again, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. All right. Now let's go to the next one, which is actually rollovers. What the rollover basically means is that now I entered this trade, and my prediction now is that the market is going to go below the price when it gets the expiration time. Yeah, but then the market is actually not going below the line. It's actually still above the line. But then I know that this market is still going to go below this line. Okay, so I need to actually have more time on my trade. That 5 minutes is actually enough for me. I need additional time. I need Jara, right? What am I going to do? I'm going to roll over. So when I actually roll over now, this is broker is actually going to give me additional 5 minutes on the trade. So they're actually going to move my expiration time from here and put it here, additional 5 minutes. So that's actually going to give me additional time. So in total, 10 minutes on my trade for additional 5 minutes. So if the market goes below the price now, when it's actually hitting the new expiration time with my rollover, I'm actually going to win the trade. So it comes at a cost, or I'm actually going to explain the cost. All right. But if as I roll over this first time now, this market is still above this line, and I still know that the market is still going to go down, what am I going to do? I can also roll over a second time. So if I roll over a second time, what the broker is actually still going to extend by another, 5 minutes and all of that, right? Again, for me to understand, then the market will still come down, and I may probably clear here. I can keep rolling over forever if I want to, till my account actually like finishes. You get, all right. Now rollover comes at a cost. I'm going to explain the cost right now. Anytime I roll over, do I actually have additional time, but 30% more is actually going to be deducted from my account and added to my risk amount. So I use $10 now. If I roll over a first time, all right, the broker is going to take additional $3 from my amount and add $10, giving me $13 as my risk amount. If I roll over again, the broker is going to take 30% of no longer $13, now 30% of $13, no longer $10, which is going to be $3.9, and the broker is going to add it to my $13. If I roll over again, the broker is going to calculate 30% of $16.9 and take it from my amount and add it again there. And they will just keep giving my extra time. So my initial thing now was $10. Okay. So my first rollover, all right.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
So my first rollover gives me $10. No, this is actually my initial risk amount here. So now I rolled over, and as I rolled over, and the broker took 30% of my risk amount and added it for me. So that's actually going to give me $13 now. I'm actually going to show all these things live on the broker, okay? Just try to pay attention. If I roll over a second time again, broker is actually going to calculate and that 30% of my $13. 30% of $13 now is $3.9. Broker is going to add it again for me, giving me $16.9. That's my new risk amount. If I roll over a fourth time, the broker is also going to calculate 30% of $16.9, which is equal to $5.07. So 5.07 plus 16.9 is 21.97. I see. So this is actually why it's not good to keep rolling over. Because despite the fact that actually having additional time on the trade, guess what actually happened? I started with just only $10, but with just only 3 rollovers. First rollover, second rollover, third rollover, I'm already with $22 approximately, which is like 22% of my account. Now, if I keep rolling over, it's going to turn to 50%. It's turned to 100%. What if at the end of the day, the market does not still go down as I predicted? And then I'm going to lose the trade. I'm going to lose all those things. So most times we just recommend 1 or 2 rollovers at the end. I'm going to show you this parts live on the, what do you call it? This thing, chat. All right, so that is actually it about rollovers, right? Then what is double up? Okay, let me quickly explain double up. Now, double up is basically you taking on that trade at where the market currently is. So now let's take all these ones away and start all over again. And just clear explain double ups. All right. So now the market is moving up, and then I click on call. All right. This is my expiration time here. Okay, 5 minutes. The market probably now goes a little bit lower. And then I actually start, oh, this is actually a better entry point too. All right, what am I going to do? I can double up. So double up basically means I'm actually, the moment I click on double up, Booker just give me that trade again at this price with still the same expiration time. So if I actually have 2 minutes, 10 seconds left of this trade, the broker will just simply register a new trade for me at this price with this same 2 minutes, something 13 seconds left. So that means this trade and this trade will both be expiring at this particular time. But now this one is actually at a lower entry, thereby increasing the chances of it actually clearing when you see this one. If the market goes down again, I can still hit another double up again. And the broker was taking me a third trade at a lower entry with still the same expiration time. Okay, so if you're sure that when the market gets here, it's actually going to blow and everything go up before it gets here, you can double up, but it comes at a cost too, which I'm also going to explain. And now here's actually thing about double up. If you actually doubled up, right? If you roll over all the 3 trades, because you actually have the same expiration time on it, you're actually going to be having the same extended time, the same expiration on all of them. Do you understand? But it still comes at a cost, and the cost is still 30%. Like just roll over. Understand? But now here's actually the rule of the double up. The moment you click on double up, if you actually had $10 on your trade before, on this your first trade, the moment you click on double up, this second trade is going to be repeated with still same $10 risk. $10 for $10, how many dollars? $20. If you click on double up again, and that $10 trade is going to enter again, making it $30. So you see why double up is actually good now, because I just went from only risking 10% of my account to now risking 30% with just only 2 double ups. Do you understand? So that is that about that. So let's go into the pocket option. Sorry, the broker, and show you how all this actually work. Okay. So here you can actually see the broker here. All right. The broker actually divided into 3 different sections. You have the left hand side, You have the middle and you have the right hand side. We're actually going to starting with the right hand side first. Okay. At the top side, you can actually see your account. All right. You can actually see the account. If you click on this wheel here, you can see the option to open a demo. You can open a demo account. I thought about it on the first video, how to deposit and quickly $100,000 demo account. Okay. If you click, okay, if you click on this, you can, see it here and you can open your demo and all of that here. If you click on this particular one here, which is the one beside this particular one, they have multiple brokers. Yeah, this is actually Vice Forex broker. It's also exactly similar with Iqcent, the same platform and everything. So what I'm actually teaching here on Iqcent also works on Vice Forex, works on binary cents, works on risk options, and all of them. So if you click on this one here, this button here, there's this human being, this contact icon beside the wheel. You can actually see different options. You can see an option to add funds. You can see an option to withdraw your money. You can see your transaction history. You can see settings here. Click on these settings. You see your details here. You can verify your email if it's not verified. You can change your password here. You can also enable two-factor authentication if you don't actually want anybody to hack into your account, you understand. Then verification, I'll check your verification status. And if you're not verified, you can also verify through here. And then you can also enable additional emails if you want. Okay. Do you understand? So that's actually that about that one. Then customer service, you can actually see your customer service. You can actually message customer service or contact them from here. You can actually see your promo code. You can enter your promo code and all of that for the description and all of that. Yeah. So in this point now, you can see the amount of trades you've actually entered before you go to the next level. All right. You can see your compensations. Compensations you actually have. Compensations are more like if you take a trade and you lose the trade, you can actually get compensated on the trade. You can get the money you reached on the trade back. All right. It's something you can actually get from the market. This is what I'm actually going to explain shortly. Okay. So if I actually have compensation, let's say for example, I still have two compensations. If I enter a trade with $500 and then I lose the trade, all right, I can actually use my compensation and the broker is actually going to give me my $500 back. That is actually what the compensation is about. All right. Then you can actually also see your rollover here. How many rollovers you actually have? Yeah, I actually have 6 rollovers, right? Then you can see today's summary. Today's summary actually shows you how many trades you took today, the amount of turnovers you hit today, the amount of profits you hit today, and your percentage accuracy, which is also called the win rate. All right. And that's actually that about this one. So after that, you can see your option type. If you click on this option type, you can see turbo, intraday, long term. Mostly we use turbo. Turbo basically means your trades are going to be within 1 minute to 30 minutes. If you want to take trades within 1 minute to 30 minutes, you're going to use turbo. If you want to take trades between 30 minutes to 24 hours, you're going to use intraday. All right. And then if you want to take trade from like 24 hours, so let's say 8 days, you're going to use long term. So why are you taking a binary trade for 8 days? It's fast, so why not use turbo? So you see it here, all right? This is actually it here. So now you can see this time is actually what we call your expiration time here. You can select how long you want your trade to last for. So how long do I want my trade to last for? I want my trade to last for 1 minute. Select 1 minute. If I want it to last for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I'm going to put it at 5 minutes here. Okay. Now you can see a fixed time off and on. What does this actually mean? If you toggle it on like this, what that basically means that every single trade you take, you're going to have a fixed 5 minutes. Look up here beside this time. Can you see it? You can see a fixed 5 minutes. So any trade I take, I'm going to have fixed 5 minutes. But if you toggle it off now, notice. All right, let's put 5 minutes now. What happened? You can see it's counting down. 5:55, sorry, 4:55, 4:53, 4:52, 4:51, 4:50. It's going down like that, like that. It's going to keep going down till it gets to 2:30. Then when it gets to 30, it's actually going to reset. So what that basically means is that if I click on the trade right now, at the moment, now, I'm not actually going to have 5 minutes on the trade. I'm going to have 4 minutes, 34 seconds. You understand? If it gets to 4 minutes countdown and I click on it, I'm not going to get 5 minutes, I'm going to have 4 minutes. Okay, so if I want to keep having only fixed 5 minutes, I'll just have double on. If you know you want to be trading with fixed time, make sure your fixed time is actually on. Then, of course, your trade amount is actually the amount you want to use for the trade. So here you can actually see $10. If you want to make it 100, you can. If you want to make it 1,000, you can. If you want to make it 2,000, you can, and all of that. Do you understand? Let's take it as 10. Then below here, you can see your payout. What your payout actually is. That is your percentage payout. Basically, if I risk $10 on this trade, all right, if I win the trade, I'm going to win additional 6% of $10. And that's where you can actually see the potential payouts here. If I win the trade, I'm going to get 66% of $10, additional $6.6. So they actually added everything for me. That's my risk amount plus my profits, $16.6 US dollar. Then here, you can see up here in this book actually means call. You're placing this call. Then down in this book actually means you are predicting it's going to go down. Then at the middle here, you can see the price. This price actually means where the market actually is. All right, where the market point is. Let me actually change this into actually an OTC here. Euro USD OTC, so you can see it's constantly moving. The reason why that was actually stagnant was like around this point in time, the market is very, very, very extremely slow. So you can see it here now. It's constantly moving up and down, all of that. Do you understand? So if I click on the trade right now, my price is going to be 0.89596. At least it's just draw a line first in my profit. And if you notice, if you look to the sides of all these things, you're going to see this information icon. For every single option you actually have here, you can actually use information to actually get to read about it. You see it. Okay. So I click trade amount is explaining what it actually is. So if in case you didn't really get my explanation very well, you can actually come to and get your explanation from here. All right. So that is actually that about the right hand side of the screen. So I've actually explained basically almost everything. I've explained this, I've explained this, I've explained this, I've explained all of that. So let's change it to $10. All right. And let's go to OTC pair that is still active so we can actually take some trades. I'll show you some things. Okay. So now after that, let's go to the middle part of the screen, right? We're done with the right hand side. When you look at the middle part of the screen, you can actually see different things. Number one thing you can see here is this thing. If you change this into C, it's actually going to display it's actually going to like be calculating everything in cents. Notice how this thing moves from $10 to 10 cents. What is 10 cents? You know what cent actually is? Right? It's lower than dollar. So in case you actually probably have smaller money in your account and you want to start trading with cents, maybe you have like $10 in your account, maybe you deposited $10, right? And with $10, you obviously can be using more $1 to trade. That's a whole lot per trade. Okay, so you can actually drop down to cents and use cents to trade. All right, but since I'm actually having 68,000 here, I don't actually need to use cents. I just leave it $10. Okay. So you can see the screen now. The first thing you're going to see, you're actually going to see the charts. This is actually what we call the tick charts. It is showing how the price is going up and going down. All right, it's showing how the price is going up and going down. If you look closely now, you can see this is where the market currently is. It's coming down. It's going up. It's coming down. It's going up. Trace this thing to this right-hand side here. You can see this scale here. This yellow line is showing where the market currently is. This yellow line and yellow price is showing where the market currently is. Look at this and also look at this middle thing here. You can actually see that the same thing. Show you where the market currently is. So look at what's going to happen now. If I click on up, do you see this small? Okay, don't worry. It's actually only 5 seconds. Let me change to 5 minutes. We'll get there. All right. $10. Okay. If I click on up, do you see this small green line that was drawn? See this small green line? It was drawn at my entry price. Right, since it's actually indicating my entry price. Since I clicked on up, that means I'm predicting this thing should stay above here. When it gets to where? This line here. This line does my expiration time, which is actually 5 minutes from here. We'll talk about that one more later. So let's leave that one first. So that is just basically how that one works. All right. So that is basically, so actually zoom in and out of a chart. You can easily do it by using 2 fingers gesture. If your laptop actually has gesture or look that, your laptop does now. If your laptop actually has it and it's not working, you can go to your settings and actually enable desktop and finger gestures rather, right? Gestures or gestures, I don't know. So if you use 2 fingers, you can actually just play around. So I use 2 fingers swipe up, you're zooming out. 2 fingers swipe down, you're zooming. 2 fingers swipe right, and left, you're moving side. So you can just navigate and put this in the way you actually want it to be. And if you don't actually have that, you can see this plus and minus circle icons. Click on the minus to move, to reduce it. Click on the plus to increase it. Then tap once on the screen and you can drag it. You understand? But then you can just right click, right? Yeah, right click, then drag. You understand? You understand? Then to zoom out, you turn the minus to zoom in, you click on the plus. Wherever you actually are on the screen, okay, wherever you actually are on the screen, the moment you click on this target icon, okay, look at this target icon beside the zoom out and zoom in. The moment you click on this icon, it's actually going to take you to the center. Makes sense? So if I go back here again, wherever, if I get lost, so I just want to just click to the the main place. The moment I click on this, it's going to take me there. Okay, you understand? That's actually it. All right, so if I move again here, I can actually see my settings icon of where I can actually disable the background to make it just look like a line, but then I can actually enable the background to make it look like something more cool. All right, if I hit this way sharp, then beside I can actually see my time frame. Time frame is not really going to do that much when you're using the tick chart. You understand? But if you're actually using your candles, that is able to like the time frame. Then you can actually see the time here. The time is showing you the clock. Yes, showing you the clock. So you can actually know the time and everything. This is actually going to help you if you're actually using your fixed time off and all of that. So you can be able to calculate some things and all of that. Because so if you're actually using Nigeria time, their time zone is actually 1 hour behind Nigeria and UK time. Okay. So you're actually seeing 23 here, 23:02, but they're actually 22:02. It's also showing the seconds too. So you can see 51, 52. For those who actually like time the open of candles to actually enter trade, this is actually really going to help you a whole lot. Do you understand? And you can actually see the one beside that where you can see if you click on it, you change everything to candle charts. And then you can see I have my candles. So I can come here and change my time frame to 2 hours. And you can see, so you see this is actually where it makes sense. I change my time frame to 1 day. You see? Okay. I'll put that 1 minute. Then beside it, you can see your tick chart. Click on your tick chart and it's back there. Click on the candle chart and it's back here. And then beside it, you can see your different tools which you can use to actually mark up your chart. Okay. You can see your trend line, you can see your pitchfork, you can see all the things, basically like almost all the things you actually have on TradingView you have here. Okay, all the things you actually basically need. Okay, so if you actually want to see it, how you did, you know how to use your TradingView now. Besides, you're going to see this stuff. You can see all these things here. Come here, click here, and see all these things. If you want to use your pitchfork, if you want to use your Fibonacci tool, you still have it there. Okay, so for those who may want to be marking up their charts like from here, so they can just be taking it, instead of it to be going to TradingView, coming back here, going to TradingView and everything. You can just mark it directly here. Probably have a strategy that shows you, if you draw this thing here, the pitchfork stuff, where is that pitchfork thing? Okay, if you draw your fork like this, your fake like this, right? Tap here. Exactly. So now you have the market touches. This can be your strategy. I don't know. The market touches here. Maybe you're clicking a call. You just see it directly. You're just wasting the moment. Just touches it. You just clicking a call or your puts and all of that. If there's also someone that also use these indicators too, you actually have them here. This FX you can see here. That should be your indicators. See, indicators, they are very, very plenty. You understand? You can put your stochastic, your DMI, all of that, Van Cabral, plenty things. Yeah. Do you understand? All right. So just the way you actually use trading view, that is also the way you actually use this one. Then you can also zoom itself to make it big like this. How do you zoom it? Beside this FX, you can see the full screen button and all of that. Okay. And then what does this one do? You can even hide this thing itself here. If you want it to actually be big and you just want to leave this, so you can actually see your stuff. Let me bring this thing down. Okay. So that is basically, so you see your broker just gone to trading view on his own. You do your analysis and pick your trading. This is actually how you like doing it. You understand? So that is basically, let's change it back to tick. Okay. All right. So to change it back to candles, you see like this. Your indicators here, this effect, full screen here, your tools here. You understand? Just the way it actually is on trading view. Okay. Then how do you actually locate your currency pairs? Can you see this UUS you're seeing here? If you click on it here, you can see your currency pairs. You can see Forex and CFDs, and you can see options. These are all the option pairs you actually have, including OTCs. You can now choose to screen them, or if you click on cryptocurrencies to show you those of cryptocurrencies that the particular ones actually have on cryptocurrencies. If you want to use stocks, these are the options on stocks, options on commodities, indices, and all of that. So let's use cryptocurrency rather. So we can see we are using USD OTC. So what is actually OTC? OTC is like the broker's own market. It's not the traditional market. Okay, they actually have like an algorithm that actually they use actually like calculates the price and everything. You understand? It's determined by some things. So it has higher payouts. So the payouts are usually 95%, which is actually a plus. And then it moves different from the forex market. But then it's a market, it's actually an algorithm. So basically, if you look at it very, very well, you can actually see consistencies in it. And you can also develop a strategy from it too. You can also be trading it too. So you notice that if you put your slider around the particular pair, close the particular pair here, you're actually going to see something like this. Right, it's actually going to show you a short info on that particular currency. So you can see the current price is showing you, current payout is showing you, current sentiment. Sentiment is basically what it's likely to do. It's even telling yourself it's likely to go up. If you actually want to follow what's telling you, you can follow. If you don't want to follow too. It also shows you your trading statistics on that particular pair. So you can see I've taken 14 trades on the OTC, this particular OTC. That has not actually been my best it gets, and my profit is nil. So I lost $140 on this particular OTC, at 5%. But that's basically, so if I want to select, I just click on select here. That's going to select. If I want to change to UNZD, just tap on it. That is basically it. Okay. All right. So there's also another very big feature here. All right, which is called what do you call it? You can actually add multiple pairs here. You can see this place up here. This place up here, you can actually add multiple pairs. So for example, now you say actually I'm only trading 5 pairs. I only like trading 5 pairs. I don't like doing more than 5 pairs, and maybe my pairs maybe for some reasons I like doing OTC. All right, so my pairs are maybe AUD card OTC. As I've selected it, I can come here, click on this plus here, and then add the other pair. Maybe the other pair is AUD. Let's look at it, it's showing here. Click on plus, maybe next page AUD NZD OTC. It's actually showing here. The next page maybe Euro USD OTC. Okay. I mean, my last pair maybe that one is a JPY pair OTC, every GP OTC. So you see, I can just keep adding to it. I think let's see how many we can actually add. Let's be adding. Let's add this one. Oh, I can keep adding as many as I want. All right. And when I add so much, I would have the opportunity to actually slide them to the left and to the right to see the other ones. Very, very, very beautiful and well built platform, to be very honest. Okay. So you see there. So what does actually do? This actually makes everything very flexible for you. So instead of you actually having all your peers arranged scatterly on your left-hand side with the former platform, you actually have everything, your favorite peers arranged on the top side by you. So for example, now if I actually want to like quickly check AED card, I just click on it. Here's my AED card. I want to check AED signature. Boom. USD. Boom. So it actually makes okay, probably AED signature. I swipe to this side. Boom. You see it. You see it. So that is basically it. It's very useful. All right. So with that, let me just explain one last thing. The last thing is actually your trade back. So as you're trading, you're going to be having what we call trade back. Okay. So trade back is more like a percentage of all the trades you enter. The broker gives, I think it's like 0.1%. So basically, as you're taking trades, you'll be getting 0.1% of your risk amount back as your trade back. So you can see there.
Trade back is a special bonus that gives you back a certain amount of money on each closed trade. You are on a bronze trade back level now, and you are getting 0.1% for regular assets and 0.2% for trading on OTC assets.
You see it? So when you actually have your trade back actually showing here, it's going to show you the amount of dollars. Last time I had like $15 or so on this one. So you just click on it. Once you click on it, it's going to show you that should I add it to your real balance? You say yes. Once you click on it, it's actually going to transfer the money from your trade back to your real balance. It's also cool too that as you're trading, the broker is giving out of its own commission as trader. So now let's actually explain the main thing here. I've already explained how to actually approach everything and all of that. Now let me actually show you the real things. Let's take trades and let's actually explain them physically here. We're actually going to be using USD, but OTC. Remember, OTC is different from normal Forex. So if you're actually analyzing and trading via normal Forex, then use Forex pairs. Don't use any pair that actually has OTC attached to it. Okay. All right. So let's use this series. Okay. Now, so what should we take now? Let's take a put, a 5 minutes put. And one thing you should actually know is that if you change your pair, probably you have 2 minutes selected for this particular pair. If you change it to AUDNZ, it changes back to 5 seconds. If it's OTC, if it's normal Forex, it's actually going to change back to 1 minute. So just be observant of that. So if I'm to change to USD, as I change it, I need to go and change my time back to 5 minutes. I'm just showing you, all right? They may actually change it to it just being fixed. But for the meantime, that's actually how it is. Just taking about that. So now, risk amount $10. We are looking to take a call on this here, or let's take a all right. So look at down at me. See, my line has been drawn. This is my line. So I'm predicting that at the end of my 5 minutes, which is actually here, this is actually going to be below the line. All right. So see, the market is currently still moving. It's currently below, so I'm currently in profit, but my trade is not going to end till it gets to this particular point. So when it gets to this line, that's when I was going to know if I won the trade or I lost the trade. So it's actually below when it gets here, then I won the trade. But I actually give him back like $10 plus profit. So if you looked here, you'd have actually noticed that the moment I click on the trade, broker took $10 from me. So if I own the trade, broker going to return the $10 plus 95% for the $10. All right. So you see now the trade is currently against me. So I can actually roll over. All right, if I want to. So now let's click on to actually see your trade is currently going and your close trades. You click on my trades here at the left-hand side. You're gonna see my trades here. The first option, you click on it, and bam, you see it's showing here. So if you look here now, you can actually see some information. First, you can see the date I entered the trade, June 28th, 22:13. which to me is actually 23 for 13 actually, because their time actually 1 hour behind my own time, like I actually said earlier. You can see the currency, the currency here is Euro USD OTC. Okay. You can see the price. Price is currently is the price that I enter the trade, which is my strike price, which is actually this. So my strike price is 0.895879. Now to put my slider here, you can actually see that that's the strike price, right? Do you understand? So trade size is actually the amount I use on trade. How much I use on trade? I use $10. You can see there. Percentage payout is the percentage I'm going to win if I win the trade. How many percentage payout am I looking at? I'm looking at 95% of my risk amount. If the trade is currently in profits, my profit is going to be showing here. If you're already out of profit, it's going to be showing me 0. Time left basically means how many minutes I actually have till the close of this trade. Right now, I only have 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So this can actually help me decide if I'm going to roll over, when I'm going to roll over, calculate my rollover, and also know when my trade is actually going to end. For those who have it specified, and fast. Then we check here now. You can see this down here. It's showing that I clicked on puts. It's even showing beside the Euro USD itself. It's showing down because I click on. Look at here. See profit has shown. It has shown back 19.5. That's how much I'm going to get once I win the trade, which includes my $10 risk amount plus my 95% of $10 profit. Let's watch it. If we're going to win this trade or lose it. We have just 1 minute 47 seconds left. So you can see ID number here. Right, this ID is actually showing you the ID of the trade. So all the trades actually have an ID, transaction ID. All right. So in case probably you have 1 or 2 things you actually want to message the support regarding, and they ask for your ID number. Come and get your ID number from here. So it identifies the trade. All right. So you under there you can see trade type. It's double 5 minutes. That means I took a double trade for 5 minutes. Here you can see open price here. This is actually the price that's actually entered the trade. Okay. All right, sorry. This price you're seeing here, I made a mistake. This is actually an entry price. This is where the market currently is. Okay. This is the open price here that's actually an entry price. Okay, open price, the entry price. We trace here now. You can see if you trace it to this side, you can see it's showing 821, 822, 0.895822. See it here, the same line, it's understand. All right, which is actually what's showing you that's the entry price. Current price is actually where the market currently is. You see it here, where the market currently is below. So it's, because if you look at it here, notice how this thing is changing. That's changing here. This one is also changing, and this one is also changing. Open time is actually the time I enter the trade. See it here, and expiration time is the time the trade is going to expire. So you can see I have 10 seconds left. So you see 8 seconds. Notice the account balance here. 6 seconds. Just look at the account balance. 3, 2, 1, 1. This see my account balance increased by $19.5. That is actually how it is. Very, very simple. So if I actually want to see my close trades, I'll come here under these options of open trades, click on it, and I'm going to click options, close trades. So this is actually my close trades. So you can actually see the ones I can actually compensate for. You see this one, all my losses, I can compensate for this one if I actually have the optive compensate to, right? If I actually have that, I can actually click on compensate, and I'm actually going to get my risk amount back. See the ones, all my losses, I actually have the options to actually compensate, to actually take compensation of them. Do you understand? Okay. Now, if I click on this again, you can actually see here the open orders. So it's not only options you can trade there, you can also trade normal forex, that is normal MT for forex with this broker. Okay, so if I can enter your normal forex trade, if I just want to see the open orders, you come and check CF the open orders. You also want to see the close orders, and then in forex you also have like pending orders. Do you understand? Exactly. So if you actually have 10 orders, you can also check them here. And there's also another very interesting thing here. This green thing you're seeing here, it is showing the amount of compensation you actually have. Me, I have 0. That means I cannot actually get any compensation on my trade because I have 0 of it. And here you can actually see the amount of rollovers I actually have. So here, I actually have 0. Initially, once you actually open the stuff and everything, you have like 20 free rollovers or 30 so. Yes, and then after that, if you actually want additional rollovers, when you actually done that one, you can either buy from the marketplace at an affordable price, or if you didn't actually buy from the marketplace down, if you actually want to, roll over and you need urgently, you can just put a rollover. But it's actually going to come at the cost of $1 for it. If you buy from the marketplace, you're going to get cheaper. If you actually you don't have any rollover, like I don't actually have any rollover, once I take a rollover, once I take a rollover, they'll tell me and they can take $1 from my account. If I want to pick on the second time, they'll still tell me that you take another $1. But if I actually want to have it, then I just go to the marketplace and just buy 50 rollovers and would have it here at a cheaper price. Okay. Now, can you see this tool here? This small tool. If I click on X, it's going to cancel this thing. If I click on this tool, it will carry and put it here. I see it. All right. It's carry this particular thing and put it here. If I click on this, it will just carry it here and push it back down. So you see, I don't know, for some persons that they actually want it to be up here. Maybe they actually like it being up beside them so you can see it clearly. There's others actually have to put it up here. Like more like every single thing that you could actually need was actually thoughtfully added. Do you understand? Exactly. So that is actually it. So if you want to actually trade forex, you can also do it too. All right. So that is basically it's called. Remember, before you do it on live on forex, at least do it on demo, so you can still understand how to get the lot size of that. So you're not going to actually make mistakes. So let me actually break down the rollover with some examples. And after that, I'm actually going to break down this thing, some examples, double up. Okay. So if you look here, you can see 3 trades. It's showing the amount of trades I've actually taken on this particular currency here. So as I keep taking more trades, you notice that the amount keep increasing. Why is it actually showing here? Because if I take up with 10 trades, I'm going to have an additional 1% payout. So if I take up to 10 trades now, instead of actually having 95% payout on this pair, I'll be having 96%. If I take up to 20 trades on this particular pair within 24 hours, I'm going to have additional 2%, taking my stuff to 97%. I actually take up to 30%, I'm going to be having additional 30%, taking my stuff to 98%. If I actually check the book, I don't see like you can actually get up to 98% payouts. That is one of the ways to actually get up to 98% payouts, all right? So now let's take the trade now. Click on our trades. Push this thing back down. Then cancel it. All right, so let's click on call here. All right, then let's click on put that down. Same thing. So why did I actually do this? I suppose I've done them at the same price, yeah. But let's just click like this. So what I'm actually doing, I'm actually doing this now so we can actually have one trade being against us and one trade actually in our favor. So we can actually like talk about the rollover option. So I'll click on my trades here and look. Both of them are currently in profit. It's currently between this is the call. So as long as they are above this, is actually in profits. This is the, as long as they below this, actually in profits. But guess what? My call is no longer in profits. All right. I'm actually going to show you every single. I'm going to show you how to use the marketplace itself for to get your rollovers. Okay. I just bought some rollovers here. All right, so let's use a forex pair for this. The one is not really moving sharp, but let's use a forex pair for this. I'm not really moving fast. Let's click on down. If you actually have any error like this, just refresh your broker. Okay, probably your network is not actually that strong. That is the reason. So I'm using AUD switch up here. So let me just click on down. I want to explain the rollovers. So apparently it seems like rollovers doesn't work on OTCPS. You already have 95% payout. So what do you need rollover for? Okay. So I clicked on the cell here. Let me click on A4 here. You see, poor network, order rejected because my network was poor. It should poor network down here. So instead of it actually giving you a wrong entry, it's just tell you your network is actually poor. Oh, my time was changed to 1 minute. Because I refreshed my broker, my time changed to 1 minute. So let me change fixed time on. I'm actually going to put 5 minutes here. So I'm telling you hot assets itself. Assets actually high percentage payout. So let's just wait for all these ones to go. Okay, then we're actually going to explain the rollover. Look at my balance here, showing 8 to 8. Just watch now. 8 to 8. So I already increased to 847 because I won that trade. And I still have these other trades to go. So let's take a call and put at the same time. So we can actually explain rollover and double up with the conditions of rollover and double ups. Then after that, we are going to actually move into the very interesting left hand side of this broker. I like hearing this. But,
Trade back is a special bonus that gives you back a certain amount of money on each closed trade. To start getting trade back, upgrade your account at least to the bronze level. Trade back is a special bonus that gives you back a certain amount of money on each closed trade. To start getting trade back, upgrade your account at least to the bronze level.
And that thing I also like about it too is, if you're not supposed for the show poor connection, you look at my account just increased. I also want that trade again, and I will lose this one. So you see, I was on, they didn't give me back my risk amount. All right, so now let's do this together. All right, I will click on the call and the put at the same time, 5 minutes, and all of that. All right, so up and down at the same price. All right, so now let's look. So now which one are we going to roll over? I'm going to roll over this one. This one is currently out of profit. This is actually the call. You can see the arrow here showing its call. This arrow showing it's back at the entry price. And the one interesting thing about this broker is that if the trade actually ends up at the entry price, you can see your profits are actually showing here. So with other brokers now, if the trade doesn't go up or go down, you only get your risk amount back. Okay. But if in this particular one, the trade actually ends up at your entry price, you're going to actually get your risk amount and your payout. So you're facing profit here showing 18.5, despite the fact that it's still at our entry price. Okay. So we're waiting for it to move here. So we can actually roll over. And you can actually demonstrate roll over here. This is something about trading around this time. The market basically doesn't move. Okay, now it's moving. Right? So one trade is actually against us. Which is that one? The call. because the call is predicting the market to go up, but currently it's actually going down. So you can see my rollover here is actually highlighted. So look what actually happened. Time left is how many? 3 minutes and 31 seconds on this trade. 3 minutes and 29 seconds on this trade. 1 second different because I was a little bit late. So the moment I achieve rollover, what's going to happen to this thing? It's increased to 5 minutes and additional 5 minutes actually added, like I actually said. So now I actually have 8 minutes and 10 seconds left on this trade. Look at the expiration time for the puts. Look at the expiration time for the call. It has been increased by 5 minutes. So why this particular trade is going to expire in 2 minutes and 58 seconds, this one is actually going to expire in 7 minutes and 51 seconds. So if I click on rollover again, what actually happens? This is 5:46. Have you seen? 10:46. Yeah, I will click on rollover on that time again. It has increased. If I click on it again, all right, you see, you understand. So that is basically it. You see the time I think if I click on it again, what's going to happen? All right, so that is basically it to add extra time. So your rollover, you can actually roll over your trade at any point in time till it gets to the rollover deadline. Yes, there's a rollover deadline. A rollover deadline is actually 1/4 of the time you use to enter the trade. So for example, I actually enter a trade for 5 minutes. That means I actually have till when it's actually showing me 1 minute, 15 seconds to roll over. Anything below 1 minute, 15 seconds, my rollover option will disappear. If I enter a trade with 4 minutes, that means I actually have till it shows me 1 minute left to roll over. Once it shows me 1 minute left to roll over, the rollover option is going to disappear. Okay. So with that one, now you can actually understand. You understand, you can actually time the rollover. So if I'm taking a trade for like 1 minute, I know that before it gets to 25 seconds left, I should have actually rolled over if I want to roll over. Because once it gets to 25 seconds left, the rollover option will disappear. It's called the rollover deadline. And then, of course, if I roll over once and I actually have additional 5 minutes now, you know that time is going to change now. The time now is going to be different. It's not going to be 1/4 of the total amount of time I actually have on the trade. Do you understand? Do you understand? So that is basically, for example, if I actually have a trade with 5 minutes, I have like till, well, let's say if my trade is 4 minutes, I have like till 1 minute to roll over. If I roll over once, I now have 8 minutes on trade, right? I have like till 2 minutes to roll over. If I roll over now, I now actually have 12 minutes more. I have like until, it's just keep changing like that, changing like and all of that. So I just want the put. So it means the call is still going against me. So what's going to happen now? We're going to do something now. We're going to click on double up. Look at where is actually our expiration time. This is actually our expiration time, yeah? So what's happen now? I rolled over 2 times. So I still have 37. I currently have $37 on this trade. So what's going to happen when I click on double up? Everything. This is a new. Oh, it was rejected. My network. So look at a new trade was actually entered for me with $37.13. How many time is left? 22.43 minutes. Or 22 minutes for 3 seconds. And that is entered for you with the same amount and the same expiration time, but at the current market price. So that this other trade is actually better because it's lower. So look at already in profit. And it's also expiring at this particular time. So if you're actually fully sure and convinced that the market is going to keep going up from here. You can enter a double up, but it comes as a risk because give me on that trade. For example, if you actually have $100 in your account, I risk $10. That's one trade. You can roll over now, you can have 16 point something dollars in that trade. If you not going to click on double up, it's giving on that trade of 16 point something, which in total is actually over 30% of your account already. So you see, double up is actually going to give you so much more risk, which is not really all that's advantageous to you, right? Because when it comes to trading, you're not actually going to win your trades. Do you understand? You will not win your trades every single time. So if you're actually like increasing your risk with rollover and double up, putting out trades, it can actually go and bite you in the butt. So what I really advise people is like if you're rolling over once or twice, and then after that, if your trade is not still in profit, just let the trade drop. So you don't actually like get attached to a trade, and you're not actually going to like lose more than you actually meant to lose on that trade. So I noticed something I rolled over a couple of times, but it didn't actually get debited from. All right, so that is basically it. All right, so we are done with this side. I've actually explained everything. You can see my entry price, you can see my expiration time, you can see everything. I've actually explained every single thing that I've talked about here. So any single part you didn't really get, you can go back to this point, start from the beginning. But once you get it, you can fast forward to this side and correlate with your chart and everything. And then do it on your own, practice it. And that is basically it. Because you actually understood it. All right, so let's go to the other part. So let's go to the left-hand side here. So under this, let's cancel this thing to make our chart neat. Cancel it. Okay, one last, let me show you how to take Forex trades. For those who want to take Forex trades with this broker, all right? If you come here, where you actually saw your currency pairs, AUDCD, you can come here, click on it. Then you click on Forex FCD. Once you click on Forex FCD, you can select the particular pair you want to trade. It has already changed. Okay, that's changed. This one now is now buy and sell. Market orders are market executions. Pending orders are pending orders, where you actually have your buy limits, sell limits, buy stop and sell stop. All right, so it's slightly named differently here, but if you play around it, you're actually going to understand the namings for every single one of it. Okay, so once I enter a trade, I can actually enter a trade with a certain amount. I can select my leverage, like then all of that. I can click on my buy, I put my stop loss, I take profits here, click on my banner. And once I click on it, it will be running. So let's try something. That's just basically it. All right. That's just basically it. So yeah. Let's go back to our options. Options, all right. And let's go back to our tick charts, make our charts fine. Then let's come down. Away. These options, dear. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Let's cancel this one also. Okay, so you can see your trades. Under this my trades, you can see copy trading. So what does copy trading actually do? It actually, you can actually copy some other traders. All right. Okay. So you can see I'm currently not following any trader. I'm not really going to say you should actually do this, because one thing is that when it comes to trading, copying people, if you actually know how much they're using to trade, it can actually hurt you so bad. And that's, for example, if I'm actually trading $100,000 in my account and you only have 1,000, and you're risking $1,000 per trade, you can't link your own to my own now without knowing how much. If I use $1,000 to take a trade and I lose the trade, your account is gone. So I'm not really going to advise copy trading to anybody. Then you actually have live trades. Live trades actually show all the profitable trades by clients on the platform. So as we're actually trading, if I enter a trade right now and I win the trade, it's going to be showing you under the live trades. See, it's constantly, and everybody actually entering trades, the trades are constantly being displayed here. So if I take a trade right now, it should actually get shown here under the live trade and all of that. Poor connection, this poor connection there. So my connection is just too bad. Let's take one more trade because I have a very strong conviction that it's actually going to show you. So you can actually see it there. All right. So if I under this live trade and everything, if I click on trading contest, this is actually contest you can actually enter. You understand? If you actually want additional challenges too. Okay, so you can see the rules of the contest, how long is that going to stay for. My current list is actually 168. If you want to read the contest rule, click on this trading contest rule, which will show you the rules and everything that I read through. So if you actually want to contest for $20,000, this is actually how it's being distributed. 5K for the first, 3K for the second, 2K for the third, iPhone 14 Pro Max for the fourth, and all of that. So you can see it here. And I'm currently ranked 108. So if you're really trading rules and it's something you want to do, you can actually apply for it. You can just do your stuff. And as you're doing your stuff, you keep moving up the rank. If you actually finish number one at the end of the stuff, you should actually get a $5,000 sent to you. Do you understand? So let's leave that one. Let's go to the next one, which is actually market analysis. The more I said there are a lot of tools here that are really good, very important for everybody that actually trading. If you want to be using the book at trade, this is actually what we call our currency strength meter. Imagine currency strength meter being embedded on this. So this currency strength meter is actually very nice because not only can you actually see the strength by this is like 60%, this is like 100%, this is like 50%. Okay, this 75% is 100%. Okay, 100%, 75%, 50%, 75%, 100%. Okay, so if the market is actually on a very strong uptrend, to be showing 100%. If it's actually on a very strong downtrend, and all of that, you get. All right, so you can actually see it. It's also indicating in form of numbers too. For those who can't read this, who actually prefer to read numbers, so you can actually select the time frame you're looking at. So if I'm actually looking at the 1 minute time frame, on the 1 minute time frame, look, it's showing me is on a strong buy for ADC check. If I check the 5 minutes time frame, it's still loading. My next is probably a bit slow. So if you think I'm lying that that's not the current strength, you can go and check a current strength and you correlate it. And you're actually is actually showing the same thing. So you can see AD is HF, AD is 2 bar, CHF actually 1 bar. So this currency strength was probably gotten from the 5 minutes time frame. Do you understand? This particular one. And I think this last one here is probably gotten from the 15 minutes time frame because it looks at it from a bigger scale. You can see this one is showing AD is stronger than CHF. But this one is actually showing CHF is stronger than AD. They both work on 2 different time frames. So I feel this one actually works on 15 minutes time frame for what I've noticed, while this one for 5 minutes time frame. So you can actually get both of them from this particular stuff with just your market analysis. Let me see. What is here? Let's check ADC. Let me show you. ADC. HF. On the 5 minutes, it's showing neutral. On the 15 minutes, it's showing CHF is actually stronger. Come here, what did I tell you? CHF not stronger on the 15 minutes time frame. CHF is stronger than AD on the 15 minutes time frame. On the 5 minutes, they're like almost the same strength, 2, 1. So you see, just like how I actually said. You can also check on the 30 minutes time frame too. You can even check other currency pairs. So if you're trading and you want to use your currency strength on this particular one, let's see AD card. Card is stronger than AUD. Let's check here. Card is stronger than AUD. Let's check the 5 minutes time frame. Here, AUD is stronger than card slightly. So let's check 5 minutes. Should show neutral, slightly stronger. So currency strength. Okay, then you also have economic calendar, which is actually like your fundamental news. So from here, you can actually see news that actually coming out and all of that. If you don't use your
my FX book or Forex factory. Then under this 30-minute, then also under this market news, you can also see news that just came out. You can see all this. You can even read themselves. Click it directly there. So you see, it's like very, very, very. It's the same thing to here. Look at it here. Market analysis. I'm just using both of them so you can see that they are both the same. You understand? So for those who may actually be using this Vite Forex, it's also the same thing to raise option and all of that. Then you actually have a help center. This help center is one of my favorites. So if you have any questions regarding anything, you basically have it on your help center. You can actually search for it directly here, or you can just check through here to see it. Is there any maintenance fee or registration fee? No, we don't charge customers with maintenance fee. Okay, what is CFD? Okay. So let's ask about rollover. Okay, so the rollover here. And now you can come and read these rules of rollover. Okay, is a feature that allows you to extend your trade for 100% of the chosen time for the first usage. Every next usage of this feature for the same trade will bring an additional 30% of extra time on this trade. You understand? So you just read through it so you can actually understand. Because as you keep rolling over, to keep increasing slightly. Sellers is basically you selling your position to the broker. You can close the trade before it actually, expire. You can just sell out the trade. If you're not really sure of the trade, you can just sell it out. So if you buy a trade if you're interested in a trade of $10, you won't sell it out. The broker won't buy it from you $10. The broker may buy it from you $7. So you can see a double up and all of that. You can just read on them. Risk-free trades. Anything you actually want. Okay. Then you can come on to see your trading statistics. All right, if I click on my trading statistics here, it's actually going to show me my statistics on all my trades. So I think let me open a demo account so I'll show you what it looks like. $100,000. Okay. So if you look on trading stats, it's actually going to show you all the trades they have actually taken on that particular trade. On that particular, say I actually just opened a demo account. So you can see it shows you the total number of trades you've taken, your total turnover, your win rate, your total profits. You can check for today, you can check for yesterday, you can check, for as long as you want to pick. So today I've not actually taken any trade on this particular account. And I can also check for yesterday. I can check for this month, I can check for all time, and I can check for a specified period. Okay. So then you can see your marketplace. Marketplace is more like a market. Is your market square. You can come here to buy rollover. Come here, you can see the price for rollovers. All right. You can buy 10 rollovers for this price. You can buy 100, 30, all of that. You can also have special offers too from the broker. Special offer. They can actually offer you special offers. Then this is actually where you also buy a compensation too. If you have a compensation, you're going to see it here. You can actually buy. You understand? And you can also see bonus here. If you want a bonus, you can also come and buy bonus too. So imagine using $19 to buy $60 bonus and all of that. So this is actually it. This is actually what the market is actually offers for. Yeah. Then you actually have invite friend if you actually want to invite any friend. Then you can see live chat here. Click on live chat, and you can see you actually have a live person you can chat with, customer care. You can select the person you want to chat with. Maybe you don't like this lady. You want to change the person you're chatting to from Jenny to maybe Megan. You can change it. It's actually looking her face. So you see, Megan, or maybe you just like Jenny. I like the name Jenny. Let me chat to Jenny. You can see it. All right. So I think my network wasn't that fantastic. All right, so you can also change your language. Probably you don't like English. They're actually talking with. You want to actually, continue talking with probably Spanish. You can change to Spanish. All right. You get. So this is actually a group. This is actually a group. This one, if you send a message, your message is actually going to go into the entire people. They actually send it, and then it's also actually be responding publicly. You understand? But then if you don't actually want that type of thing, you also be someone that posts message. If you actually want it to actually be private, you have some private business actually happen. So you click on the single person here and then request private. So you can chat it up privately. You understand? So that is basically it. Oops, I'm so sorry for the types. Don't be offended. All right. So you can minimize it here. Oh, you say this is actually how to tip them. Probably if they actually answer the questions fast and they are very nice and friendly, you can actually choose to just tip them some money. I can tip them $10, $20, that. Yeah, you understand? You can also choose your custom amounts. Let me choose $11. Oh, wait, 11. Oh, 1 and 11. So that is basically that about that. All right. So that is actually basically that about that. So you can say if you actually have new messages on the live chat, probably send them a message and then you're waiting for the response. You see, once you actually get the response, you're actually going to get the message. So probably ask the question and then let me say I'm fine. Please, I need your help. I need your help. Okay. For something urgent or urgent. So I've sent it to her already. And once I send it to her like that, I continue doing what I'm actually doing. The moment she responds, I'm actually going to get that stuff displaying here, telling that, hi, Michael, you've gotten a message. That is basically it. So let's wait for her to like respond to my question or to my message. And see how fast that actually was. It didn't even take up to like 1 minute. It didn't even take up like 30 seconds. And you see, I just come and click on it. I'm just going to reply my WhatsApp message. So I'm so sorry, dear. I don't really have anything to ask you. Change your language to anything. It's actually going to be translating for the language, okay? Automatically. But I don't know there's actually no Yoruba here. You see? So that is basically it. All right, so that's basically how to use the new Iqcent platform. You have a lot of new additions, a lot of new features and new tools which can actually help you, do very, very well and trade better and make money more faster. Makes everything very seamless and easy. A lot of tools. Okay. To me, I actually, like the platform, the new platform. Everything is actually very beautiful and well arranged. And the fact I can actually do a whole lot of things is just very flexible for me. All right. So you can actually try it out and if you like it, congratulations. So that is basically for the video. I hope this was actually helpful and this actually helps you understand how to use the platform very well. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.